What's going on, everybody, man? How y'all doing, man? Y'all see we got the whole crew in the house. What's happening, gentlemen? What's going on with y'all?
What's happening? What's happening? What's good?
Oh man, I can't complain. What's up, DJ? What's going on with you?
What's happening, man?
Oh man, we doing good. We doing good. Got spring games coming up this week, man. Got SWAC baseball. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Got a
big
upset in
upsets in
SWAC
swag
baseball.
baseball.
But man, before we
Woo.
do all of that, bro, I wanna this is just something stupid that happened to me. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I don't even know if it's interesting to nobody, but I just felt like I should talk about it, man. In case y'all don't know, I'm a painter by trade, and I keep a lot of materials at my house, like paint and stuff. And my wife always upset about that, so she got me a one of them big plastic shelves that you put, like you put stuff on. So I got it sitting under my carport, and I come outside yesterday, and man, I had and the shelf was on the ground. I don't know if the wind blew it or not, but man, I had paint all over the carport. And my wife, when she found out, bro, she was about to kill me. So I spent
Oh
all
man.
yesterday cleaning up paint off the ground, bro. So I was like, man, I need a good Thursday to kind of get me right. So man, y'all gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, get things going good, cause bro, it was like white paint all over my driveway, bro. I don't even know what happened. Like, man,
Oh
Lord have mercy.
no, bro.
But them
Yeah.
the kind of things you go through sometimes, man. When you don't got nowhere good to keep your stuff, and man, that's just that's just one of them things for me, man.
Yeah, man. Before we came on, man, we were just shooting the breeze, man. We had a real interesting conversation, man. I think I'm gonna have to start a show, Swag Smoke Uncut, after 11. We were talking about some iconic figures from back in the day, man.
Yeah, we got to be like we got to be like BET uncut, man.
Yeah. Let's see if we get Mighty Casey on the show.
let's
Y'all
get some,
remember who Mighty Casey is?
let's get some of that old school stuff going on. But man, how y'all people doing out there, man? I hope y'all doing good. Like I said, we doing good. We hanging in here, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Um, where y'all gentlemen want to start, man? Hey, the floor is y'all. Anybody want to start it off? It's all gravy.
Let's start out with Bama State. Oh no. Let's start out with that historic upset. LSU getting knocked out by Southern in baseball.
Hey, and not just knocked off, bruh. We pitched a hell of a game, bro. I mean, we gave us 7 runs, but we only had 4 hits. So one of them hits was a 3-run home run, but they pitched a hell of a game, man. It started off a little shaky, but the pitching staff got it together, and them bats were amazing. Two big home runs, man. They I swear, man, they knocked that thing out the stadium. One of them, man, when they hit it, the whole stadium went, ooh! I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking
Mm.
about. So a 3-run home run and a 3-run double gave us a nice lead, man. 12-7 over LSU. First victory over LSU at LSU since 2005. So we made a nice little day for them. It was a rough Tuesday. What it was Tuesday?
Yeah, I
Rough
think it was
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, yeah.
Rough Tuesday, Monday, whatever. Rough night for LSU sports in general because their women's team got beat. So we just put the icing on the cake. And the best part about the whole thing, bro, the news did not talk about the game at all, bro. They act like the game didn't even happen.
Mm. They trying to, they want to erase that one from the history books. I
Yes,
see.
indeed. They were there, but before the game they were there. And after the game they was not there. Yeah, they fam, you had a nice little lead on Florida too. Let it get away. Baseball is an opportunity to pick up some of the games, especially in the midweek. They try to slip in there and pitch some guys they normally won't pitch, so you got to take advantage of that. Hey man, they say you must not got no allergies outside like that.
Nah, it's plenty of pilot back here. I don't know. It's a good evening just to sit on the patio. So
Yeah, I see it,
decided to
man.
put it on patio, man.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with being outside in the light hours before it get dark.
Yeah,
But
man.
like I say, man, DJ, you got anything to say about that victory by the Jaguars?
Nah, I was happy it happened, man. I talked to one of
Mm.
my partners about here, LSU fan. He's like, oh, see, we probably just rebuilding right now, coming off a
Ain't
championship.
no how you
I said,
rebuilding?
I said, even
How
if
you
that's the case,
rebuilding?
though, you supposed to be too deep at every position. You still supposed to be able to beat us.
Y'all got the best of the
So
best.
Exactly. Hey,
everybody
the
got an
only
excuse when they lose.
I, I don't normally feel bad for LSU players, bro, but there was one dude on their team I felt bad for, bro, and that was their shortstop. He was a black dude. He had like 2 or 3 arrows. I was like, bro, you picked the wrong game to play your worst game, man.
Transfer
But
portal loaded.
yes, indeed. But my nephew is a Southern fan and an LSU fan, which I could know I don't understand it, never will. But he was like confused on what to do, bro, because he was happy Southern won, but he was mad LSU lost, so he didn't know what he was totally confused. He didn't know what to do. So shout out to my nephew out there, man. Maybe one day you'll leave them Tigers alone and just rock with the Jags. But you probably won't ever get right like that. I tried to raise him right, but it didn't work. But like I said, that was a big victory, man. Anytime you could beat a team like that, it is great. I mean, that go for anybody. If you can pick up them kind of wins, it's great. But we still need more than wins against them other teams too. So I think the more wins we get, the better we look. So salute to Southern, salute to everybody playing good baseball right now. Baseball is we're really about to heat up in SWAC play now. So y'all make sure y'all keep it tuned up. But let's jump to football, man. We were talking about this a little bit before we got on the air, and I'm gonna throw this to DJ. Give us your thoughts, expectations on the Bama State spring game coming up on Saturday.
I think expectation wise and thoughts, I think it's gonna probably be similar to last year. I mean, I think the hype is there, but in terms of the game, spring games, just glorified practices. So I don't want to go in there with too big of expectations. With players have been playing against each other since the spring started every day. So we know offense know the defense is gonna do, defense know what the offense is gonna do. I'm sure some big plays are going to be made here and there, so I'm expecting that to happen. But I'm also expecting, a lot of stalemate as well. So I just want to see good energy. Players probably still learning offense, and because we got a new OC, so I'll be, I guess looking for how people are adapting to that. But other than that, I don't really expect a whole lot. I just want to see, nobody get hurt, but people are really getting after it intensely.
So how you feel about that new quarterback out there?
I'm confident in him. I mean, you can't help but to be because his confidence through the roof, and not from a arrogant standpoint. He's just a confident guy, high energy guy, and I think people have drawn to him already. Not just the players, but people around campus. Everybody just kind of loves AB. So I think he's gonna be fine. Again, he just got there, so this spring and then summer, I think he really gonna come back to himself.
Yeah, I feel like as the season go, as the spring wraps up and the summer heat up and the hype train start. I feel like Bama State gonna be one of those names of teams that people really gonna be high on coming into this season. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, I done heard a lot of things about how he acclimated himself out there, and the guys are taking to him, and I think that with the team they had last year, they still won 7 games. If they can get the offense on par, they're gonna have a good opportunity to make some noise. So I'm definitely focused on Bama State. Jamie G, you got anything you want to say on the Hornets?
Man, I'm just looking forward to the game, seeing how their offense run for. They got a new offensive coordinator. I expect their defense to still be uh stout or whatever. I'm just looking forward to seeing what body looks like in this offense and what they might have added at wide receiver. But I know they're gonna be good at running back. I don't know. You always find some good skill players at running back, man. So hey, we'll see. But hey, if the SWAC started tomorrow, Bama State probably be the heavy favorite to win the East. Though you got to give it to him. He's been doing a good job.
Yeah, I think after his first season, I thought coming into last season, I thought Bama State was a little shaky, but I thought they did a good job of turning things around by mid-season, and they made the most out of what they had. So now it's going to be another step to see can they continue to build, but it's going to be a wide open race. I'm excited, man. Like I say, I don't want to put too much stock in the spring game because, like DJ said, it's basically just a practice or a scrimmage, however you want to look at it. I think it's just an opportunity for the fans to see the team. I try not to take too much from it, but I think you just try to see some good play on both sides and no injuries, because I feel like the more plays your offense make, that's not good for your defense. The more plays your defense make, is not good for your offense. So you kind of want to balance. At least that's the way I do. Have you had a chance to see Andrew throw? I heard he 100%. So I heard that shoulder is good to go. DJ, have you had a chance to see him throw the ball?
Not live. I've seen video, but I haven't watched them live. Tomorrow will be the first, well, Saturday will be the first live practice I've seen.
Yeah, like I said, I've been getting my reports, and they sounding good. So I'm definitely gonna be focused on that. And another spring game is JSU taking place on Saturday. Jamie G, what you think about what the Tigers gonna have going on?
Just trying to see how our new defense gonna look, how the offense gonna look, how Jacoby and Morgan coming along. We got a lot of questions. It's just gonna be good to just see some spring football and see if we can answer some of those questions.
Yeah, well, Herb Mulligan gonna be back too, so that's a big plus for that backfield. But like you said, there's a lot of questions going on. I think TC got some questions to answer. So I think the opportunity is there for JSU to get themselves back on track. But like you said, I just kind of with all spring games, I kind of look at them all the same. I don't want to get too crazy about what you see, or good or bad. Because for a lot of our teams, the way the team looking now, they probably ain't gonna look that way personnel wise when the season starts. So DJ, would a game be televised?
I'm sure it's gonna be on the Hornet Sports Network.
Yeah, pay for that?
Yeah. Everything, they charge for everything now.
I know everything. Hey, I was just trying to roll the dice to see, but everybody behind that paywall now.
Yeah, they trying to. I think the only way you see it, you come and see it for free, is if you come. And depending on where you are, it's gonna cost you to do that. So
yeah, it's gonna cost a grip to get out there right now. But that means the onus is on you, man, to give us some kind of good report.
Oh yeah. No, I got you. And Jamie G them, they stole our assistant SID guy.
And he went straight. And he went straight to work when he got there, man. Like that man touched down and went straight to work. Like Jesus.
ASU, but yeah, man, y'all keep trying to take from ASU, man.
Well, they trying to really make this a rivalry, man. They trying to.
Hey, like I say, this Bama State JSU rivalry has been brewing for a while. So, hey, that makes it even better, man. Shout out to our new sister. What is it, Sister AD or something like that?
Yeah, I think he the head SID person now.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I know is the main touchdown, and the man was at work immediately. So I say you can't knock nobody like for hustling like that. Hey DJ, you got a Hornet Sports Network login you can share with the group?
I'm tell him I ain't got no login.
But the Stampberg is iconic though. He'll get anybody to sign.
Oh man, what's going on, Mr. Bolden, man? What's going on? That's a very, very good Jaguar right there, man. He laced me and my wife with tickets to Southern basketball all season, so never had the opportunity to properly thank him during the season. But man, thank you for those tickets to all the games. I mean, it was a blessing to be able to go see my Jaguars play every night that they played at home, except for one, which I was glad I missed that one. But it's. Hey, I can't do nothing about it, man. You know, I tried to help y'all out, but it didn't work. But we also got Bama A&M spring game on Saturday and Alcorn. Um, Anything stand out to y'all about them two games?
Man, no. I guess I'd be interested in A&M because I'm always on edge about Maynard's job. I don't know why I'm on edge. It ain't like it's my job, but
I
I'm
know.
scared for him. I'm just scared for the man. Seems like he do anything. He make one wrong turn and he gone. That's the way I feel. But Alcorn, I think they're gonna be in decent shape. I'm somewhat of a fan of Cedric Thomas and the job he did in Pine Bluff, so I believe in him. You know, I hope he don't let me down, but I believe that he'll keep that train rolling. But A&M is always like flipping a coin with them. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think when it comes to A&M, man, I feel kind of like you do. I'm like sitting on the edge, waiting for that other shoe to drop. You know, like at any moment, you know, Maynard could make that wrong step and he up out of there. So it's gonna kind of be interesting to see how this thing goes because I think this is a make or break year for him. So um, I think they need to generate as much excitement as they can heading into the season. They need some wins in the season. Because if they lose in Birmingham again, I think that is it.
Oh, you already know that he done for he lose in Birmingham for sure. You already know. But hey, like I was looking at their schedule, man. If they don't look out, they could possibly be 1-4 right off the bat.
And that's bad, man. That's a slow start is murder for a team like this. A slow start to get you up out of there before October even hits. So I think they got to find a way to stack up some wins before they get to that classic. Because if they come in that classic losing and they lose, then I think you can kind of hang it up. You know, every year you got to try to get your rival coach out of there, man. You know, I be trying to get Grambling coaches out of there every year. Like, you'll never want to get
Hey,
things for your rival, man.
but Maynard, everybody say that about Maynard every year, man. It's tough. You know, coaches don't normally get, I guess, that grace everywhere. So I think he's been given a lot of good grace up there on the hill. He must know some folks.
Yeah, he been ducking and dodging the last couple of years, and he been surviving. You know, like they say, struggling and surviving. But I mean, sooner or later, man, yo rope gonna run out. You know, and at least not gonna stretch no more. I mean, he done outlasted a lot of coaches that was at their schools for shorter time. So I think in that aspect, I think he's beating the odds. But I think even with a team or a program that might not have a lot of pressure, I think that at some point your time run out. So I think this might be it. He's gonna have a hell of a season to keep his job. I feel.
Who
Our
would
spring
be his
game is
predecessor? Who would be his predecessor if you think if he was to be fired? That's a good
that's a
question.
good question. Um, I would call a tight end coach at Southern if my coach lost his job. I'd call a tight end coach at Southern real fast and see if he interested. But Southern spring game is Saturday next Saturday on the 13th at 1 p.m. So I would definitely be up in there. Hopefully it ain't super hot like it was last year, but I'm gonna definitely be there. Oh, what's going on, Live? What's happening with you? Hey, you got two, man. That's your first phone call. That man probably gonna be biting at the bit to get that head coaching job somewhere
I
again. So
agree. I can't really disagree with you on that one. I think Fred McNow probably pretty good on the hill.
hey,
I agree. I think that probably be a perfect fit. That'd be a great fit.
like I
I
say,
can
I
see him.
mean,
I can see him up there.
Another name, I guess it'll be, 1B or 1C, however you want to put it. I would consider Coach Sims too, Terry Sims.
oh yeah, yes indeed. That's another guy that's
That's a
chomping at the
good
bit.
one. That's a good
That's
one
another
right
guy
there.
chomping at the bit to get back and coach, get back on that sideline, man. Because I thought he got done kind of dirty at Bethune, and I think that he would love it. I told him before, man. I wish he was open for a job when Southern job was open, but it didn't work out. I'm gonna try to have some stuff going on while I'm there. I can't promise you because I'm the kind of person, man. I make all these plans and do all this stuff, and then I get in the game and I get wrapped up in what's going on in the game and I forget. So I gotta talk to my producer at the game and maybe she can keep me on point. But I'm gonna try to bring y'all some content either after the game or something. I'm gonna record some videos or something. So I'm gonna have something. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm gonna have something for y'all. Defensive coach. I think I'm gonna put it like this. I think anytime you get rid of a coach, I think you need to bring in a coach who does the opposite of what that coach do. So I think they need somebody who gonna get their defense back on point because their defense just hadn't really been that good. And honestly, for a coach who is supposed to be an offensive coach, the offense hadn't been that good the last 2 years either. So I think that you need to really find anybody that can get that job done because that's a place that you can win. You can win now. I think they got a lot of things in place now, and they got a solid AD now, and I think they're trying to win. But I think you got to have the right person in place. Now I want to put my boy on the spot, but I know he can't really answer the way I wanted to. But I'm gonna ask him anyway. If you didn't have that Bama State shirt on, which athletic department you think would be is better, Bama State or A&M?
The department?
Yeah, as a whole.
In which I was about to say in which way? I don't really honestly. I don't know a lot about A&M's athletic department to be honest with you. But
Do you think they committed to winning?
I think they are. I think I'd say though. I think Bama State got more resources, so I'd have to go with Bama State.
I don't understand why A&M really don't have those resources up there in Huntsville because it's the space capital of the world, ain't it? Almost dang near. They make it. I know they known for rocket. They call it Rocket City. It's a lot of money up there in Huntsville. I'm surprised they really don't have the resources that they have.
I think they
Yeah,
got some. I just don't think that. I think they're a little bit behind us in a few different areas, which can be overcame. But I just think that they are a little bit behind. And like somebody just said, I can't remember who it was, but when you got turnover, like the AD, Dr. Cable, been at Bama State going on 3 years, maybe 3.5 years now. So, and his staff has been with him. The core of his staff has stayed. So I think, once you get that and the support of the president, I think you get something rolling. A lot of our schools have a high turnover rate of staff.
oh yeah.
So you can't hardly, when you constantly changing, then you changing coaches, you changing administrators. It's hard to get that consistency.
I
But
think.
that
Oh,
question
go ahead.
there, I can't answer. I don't really want to answer that particular question on the air. But if that's your guy, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can chop it up afterwards or something. But I don't
yeah,
really want to put that out there.
yeah. I'll put him. I'll put him in touch with you. So if
Yeah,
he wanna hit you on something like that. As far as his record against East Division teams, it's not good. I think I want to say that they only won like one game against the East Division teams when he was at TSU. I had to go back and look. But I mean, obviously he played for a team that wasn't winning no games, so he ain't gonna win too many. Um,
But yeah,
hey,
what you think about Texas Southern pulling the plug? You know what I'm saying? Because they was really on the up and up, and they still got a lot of they had a lot of talent on that team. You know, what's your thoughts about Chris Dishman in this new era? Will he be able to hold it in the road?
I think I honestly, man, I think after looking at the team last year, I think he went. I think they went as far as they could with McKinney, man. I don't, I think he got a lot out of the team, but I think he left a lot on the plate. And last season was I mean, of course you lose your starting quarterback, but you had a all SWAC running back. You had another guy behind him who was really good. You had, solid receivers. Your defense was on the up and up, and you lost so many games last year that you should have won. I think some of that falls on the coaching because I just remember looking at that game when they played Southern last year. There was no way they should have lost that game. You up by 10 points with like 5 minutes left in the game, and you decide to start going away from what's working. You ran the ball for over 300 yards. Why are you taking the ball out of your running back's hands and trying to get your quarterback to take care of the game? It's like, and the turnover started, and they're just, that's a killer. I think they went as far as they could go with him, and I think it was time for some new blood. And I don't know what I don't know what Coach Dishman gonna do, but I think that somebody was gonna have to take the reins at some point. So I think I don't I don't know what else they could have got out of him this year.
Yeah, we invite Chris Dishman to come on the show, man. Some of TSU people, man. Somebody tell them coaches, hey, they are welcome to come on the show. We love to chop it up with them, man. Talk some football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So if they
we'll chop it
available,
up with
man, hey,
anybody.
we available. So just let them know.
We'll chop it up with anybody. So always. Um, I'm looking at TSU. At TSU, they didn't beat an East Division team in that time span. So that's. I mean, that you take that for what it's worth. I mean, that is the first thing that every coach needs, man. I mean, it's a thing
That's a good
it
response
is
right there,
is a small thing, but it's a big thing at the same time. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your team is not disciplined, you lose a lot of games that you shouldn't win. I mean, TSU really should have won that game. I mean, it was up by 17 in the fourth quarter, and you lose in overtime. That's the game they let go. I mean, I don't think they would have beat FAMU, but they was in that game, for a good stretch of that game. Obviously the Southern game, they came back on JSU, lost. I don't know if they would have beat JSU, but they came back on them and
They
lost.
weren't gonna beat JSU. I don't care. They weren't gonna
Well,
beat JSU. Not just
I'm,
messing.
I'm, I'm just building here, bro. I know your team ain't gonna lose to them, but I'm just building, bro. I mean, they had a lot of close games that they probably could have won with better coaching. I just think that some coaches just have a ceiling, and I think he hit a ceiling. I'm I don't know how long you hold on to something. If a relationship ain't working, how long you stay with that person. Do you just keep it going because y'all comfortable together? I don't know, but I think I'm interested in they stuff this upcoming next week because I ain't really heard a lot from TSU, honestly. Hey, the off the field stuff, man, getting yourself getting your guys, in great condition is huge. And DJ, that's something that we talk about all the time is conditioning, strength and conditioning and nutrition.
So, hey, what do you mean they got two? They didn't have two, or they
Is
got?
he saying like they didn't have a strength and conditioning coach while he was there? That's what I was wondering too, DJ.
Cause I'm about to
Now I
say
heard some
two.
stuff about their weight room.
We got more than two.
Nah, I mean, I guess you got to look at what they've been working with. Because, like I said, I heard some things about their weight room situation that ain't been. Yeah, they only had one. So I guess any addition to that staff make it makes it better for your guys. I mean, but you still kind of behind, even with that.
Yeah, we got at least 3 that's full time. And then we got, GAs and interns and stuff like that.
So, like I said, I think sometimes things like I don't know how much a lot of people look at that kind of stuff off the field, and things like that, but I think when you have these dialogues with each other, man, you kind of figure out where everybody is, and sometimes you take for granted a lot of things.
Then I guess that kind of that answers some of the questions I guess Willie Bowden was asking. Like, I guess
Yeah,
he was asking where the resources come from, but I mean, I guess that's what separates. Like we was talking about just now, separates some of the institutions. Where like that's normal to me to have 3 full time.
yeah. They out there saying y'all got a pseudo FBS support staff, man. Y'all got that many people on y'all staff?
I believe
Hey,
Jay. Oh,
ain't but 2 in compliance though. I'll tell you that. We
but
can get
like,
some more in there, and then we'll be all right.
I see Low Jay said, I think Jay's gonna be y'all starter, man. That dude got some talent. I mean,
He
it's
do,
still some
man.
talent that's left over on that squad. I just seen Quay Davis hit the portal, man. But man, that's kind of big. But I don't think they're gonna miss him though. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you build that team around Jace, man, I think they can. They might could possibly make a run, but I don't know. There's still a lot of questions with Coach Dishman and everything out because they don't really put out very much. I would love to know what they've been doing.
Yeah, I think like I said, I get little bits and pieces from from my TSU folks out there, but other than that, it's like a lot of you don't really know a lot that's going on, so you're gonna kind of find out when it happens. But if he in a battle with that guy that's like 5'8", bro, I think that's not a good look for your quarterback to be battling with a small guy like that. But that's what the spring is for. I think the spring is for guys to kind of come out there and challenge. And with new coaches, I think everything is open. So, hello, Jay say he gonna hit you up, man. So, like I said, I think let's do this, man. We're gonna let's talk about all the new coaches and what y'all kind of can see from them, or what y'all think the outcome of their seasons will be. I know it's early and I ain't looking for nothing detailed and concrete, but let's start with Texas since we've been talking about them. Do y'all think that Coach Dishman gonna be able to stack up some more wins with that team?
Ooh, that's a toughie right there. Man, I had to look at their schedule, but they had a good solid O line. Defense wasn't half bad. Offense could be productive at times. Like Low J then was saying, hey, it's just that discipline thing. But if he could establish some discipline, and if them guys would get a few wins and buy in, maybe I could see 4 wins possibly, maybe 4 or 5 wins.
Well,
I don't think they're gonna go no 0-12 or nothing like that because Texas Southern, to be honest, I still felt like they were going to make that turn, but they got rid of McKinney, and I think if McKinney was a little bit more vocal because he was kind of the quiet guy.
he was kind of sleeping over
Yeah,
there.
I think, man, if he really would have stood on, I don't know what happened for them, but I think if he was a little bit vocal, a little bit more passionate in the media, I think they might would have gave him one more shot. But I'm gonna say about 4 or 5 wins. I don't think they're gonna be at the bottom of the SWAC. Put it that way.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. DJ, you got anything you want to say about TSU this upcoming season?
Man, I'm scared for them. I think they lost, you know, some key guys, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to replace them right away. So I'm scared for them. I think they're gonna be definitely bottom half of the league this year.
And I think
I
I
think
think they
Violet
got a
bottom. I don't care. I think
yeah,
Violet gonna be at the bottom of the league.
I think they got another couple of big losses coming their way too to that team. So I don't think they lost a lot of guys at the portal. They lost a lot of upperclassmen because this was a team that was full of guys that were like juniors and seniors. So I think they're gonna have to start. I don't want to say it's a total rebuild, but I think they're gonna, with the guys they lost, it's gonna be tough to replace those caliber of guys because they lost some really good players. So we'll see if they can replace them. I went. Hey, that new coach got to get at least a little bit of leeway. But let's go a little bit east on I-10, man. Let's talk Southern. What y'all think Coach Gray is gonna do this year? I'm gonna go last.
I'll go first because Southern has talent. I still think the only thing is gonna be with Southern if they can establish that old line that they had from previous years, and if they can get a quarterback that can give you play like Dre Joseph, hey, watch out because they have a lot of good running back room gonna be solid. It's gonna be probably question gonna be maybe the defense. Can they bring the thud? But I think, and then too, they're gonna give Coach Gray's time, man. Are they gonna give him a fair shake? Because you know how Southern fans
That's a good
is.
point.
Y'all
That's a good point.
Y'all pull the plug ASAP. Shout out
to
the previous coach who wore the ascots and thing, but man, Coach Gray got to win now, man. It's win or don't win. But I honestly believe those Southern, man. I think it might, if Coach Gray can bring a new energy to that team, and I can see him. I can see him maybe possibly 5 or 6 wins. I would if they go 6-5 the first season. I think that's a great season to start off.
Now think about what you're talking about now.
I know that, but I'm just saying, hey.
I mean, it's realistic though. It's realistic.
It's more realistic than Dooley because he got to bring in a whole. He bringing in a whole new system, man. So you got to, you know what I'm saying, get a man a chance. So I think if they can win some key West games and some out of conference games, I think it'll be a good season. But if Southern can win the West at 65, hey, that's damn good first season. Come on now, you got to say that.
Hey, if they win the West at 65, bro, I'm throwing a party. DJ, what you want to say about your favorite team, man?
I think they're gonna be middle of the road this year. Middle of the road at best. That Graves, he gonna have to show me. I ain't necessarily saying it was a bad hire, but he gonna have to show me. I don't know. He got to show me something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. My expectations this season are very tempered, man. Like I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to get too high. I had that little moment of high at the signing day thing. I caught myself getting a little bit too ahead of myself, and I had to like smack myself and get myself back in control. But I think it all starts with the offensive line, bro. The line don't improve, we gonna be in trouble. I think when you look at some of the things that I did hear, about the previous coach not allowing his guys to kind of, do what they're supposed to do as a coaching staff. I don't know, if that's just talk because that guy's gone now, if that's what really happened. But, I heard that from some people who work with the team. So, you got to kind of take that with a grain of salt. But the offensive line has to play better. and the quarterback, whoever that guy is, you have to commit to him, and you have to go through it all, but you have to be willing to change that guy if he's not playing well. I think defensively we're gonna be okay. We lost a lot of guys in the secondary, so I think that's my biggest concern is the secondary. Defensive line, we lost some talented guys, but we returned one of the best young defensive linemen in the conference. So I think we got a couple guys who played a lot in previous years, but was injured off and on last season. So I think that'll help reestablish having Coach Miller still there running the defense. I think that helps. It's really just gonna be offense, man. Because last year we didn't have any offense, and so this season we got to be a lot better on that side of the ball. I got faith in the coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball. Coach Frederick, that's my guy, man. I don't care what nobody from PV said. That's my guy, and I'm always ride with him regardless. So that's never gonna change. So I think whoever comes out on top with that job, man, that quarterback, is gonna be interesting to watch. I'm gonna put it that way. I'm hoping Noah Biden can get it done, man. I mean, the kid been there forever. He been there 3 years at Southern basically. So it seemed like he been in college for 8 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think the time is now. If he can't beat out these young guys, then I think that's gonna be rough for him.
I thought Biden didn't Biden. Oh, no, I'm thinking about Harold Blood went to Valley. Then he went to Missouri. He committed, and then he went to Missouri.
Yeah, his brother played out.
Oh wow, okay.
He wanted to be on the team with his brother.
Yeah, I know that got to be a walk on. I know he ain't on scholarship.
Oh yeah, I mean, he going out just for the experience and the suit up with his brother one last year, I guess. And I thought he could have started at Valley. I was pulling for him. I was honestly surprised when I found out he went to Missouri because hey, to each their own, man. I'm not gonna say too much more.
I already know. I think Blood definitely would have been their starter because that kid that was that freshman. I don't know, man. He showed a little spark, but I don't know. I think that's a defensive end playing quarterback though.
Yeah, I think Valley got a lot of work to do, man. I know they coaches out there grinding off the field, recruiting. Shout out to my boy Coach Anderson, man. He always be out there grinding and pulling guys out of Louisiana. But I think they still got some work to do on the field. But let's switch to Grambling, man. What y'all think about Grambling? What y'all think Coach Mickey Joseph gonna do this year? I'm gonna start with you, DJ.
That's another one. I think it's gonna be probably middle of the road. Maybe 2 games above 500 at best. Right now, I'm hearing that it's an open competition at QB down there, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard it ain't just Crowley's job. He came in to open up the competition again. So I think that's a good start, I guess, coming in and like making everybody earn everything. It ain't no, the guy.
I like that approach. If you really about it, then you're gonna take the job. If you're not, then you proving us right before we even get too deep into it. I am interested to see what they Southern coaching staff gonna do. I mean, you got 2 ex-Southern head coaches on your staff. I'm really interested to see if Dooley can rebuild his image, man, because this last season and a half at Southern, I think really tarnished his image a lot. So I'm interested to see if he can kind of regain that image he had. I think he needs it. And Coach Rollins, man, I wish the best for that guy. I know he left Southern in not the best terms or whatever, but he put his nose down and worked after he left Southern. So I do think he's gonna definitely try to do the best he can out there. But Dooley is definitely my question mark for their offense.
All right, I'm gonna tell you who I got for that Bayou Classic. Man, Southern finna run Grambling off the field, dog.
Hey, that ain't nothing new.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, I don't care if Grambling win all that game, but they lose to Southern, the season over with, bro. The season, it is a failed season.
All I know is they gonna have to tie Dooley down, bro, because that dude gonna be bouncing off the walls at that game, bro. I know he gonna be hyped up to get us. So that might play in our favor. But what you were saying about Rollins, DJ?
I was just saying, I don't know how much I got for him. He did my boy wrong, so I'm still kind of salty about that, man. Because even you said it when you did your top 5 quarterbacks, man. Had he was able to play his last year at that position, he might have been a little higher in the record books or something.
I mean, I'm not gonna even argue that, man. If the guy would have been able to play that whole season at quarterback, he would have left Southern as a top 3 quarterback. Honestly, man, when you take into account his running ability and the numbers he was putting up as a passer, I just think certain things happen, and he just I feel like without going too far on that situation, I feel like as a coach with a kid like that, you either put him off or you play him. You know what I'm saying? There's no in between. Because if you bench him, he got a lot of guys that ride for him. So you risking the chemistry of the team, and then you making him feel like he can do whatever because y'all don't care, and he gonna be disruptive. So you either run him off or you play him. You either accept the fact that he gonna give you some pushback, but he gonna probably win you some games, or you kick him off and you let the chips fall where they may. I think he tried to play it down the middle, and it didn't work. I think the team really fell apart after that. So, some guys, man, we talked about this, I think a couple shows ago about disciplining things with players. But I feel like you have to set whatever boundary that you're gonna set. So if you're gonna be strict, then you need to run him off. If you're gonna be lenient and risk the chemistry of the team, then you got to play him. You can't half and half it, and I think that's what happened with him. Yeah, I think it really, I think out of any coach in the SWAC in the last few years, I think Dooley's reputation got killed. It was a lot of his fault. Now I'm not gonna act like it wasn't his fault, but he took a nosedive perception wise. Last year was just brutal, man. Oh, he gonna definitely be. Oh, he gonna be the freshest. He gonna be the freshest person in the stadium now. I dare anybody to outdress that man. So I wonder how many times he gonna change suits during the game this year. But like I say, so that takes us to continuing our new coach tour. Let's talk Alcorn, man. Which I think Coach Thomas gonna do out there.
I'm riding with him.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna do well. I think they're gonna be top 2, maybe top 2 in the West.
He gonna do well there, man. I think he's gonna do well. I like Coach Thomas, man. I think they made the right move getting him. I think the situation that he came into probably wasn't the best, but I think they're gonna get a lot out of him, man, because the job that man did at Pine Bluff, man, I thought was tremendous. And I done said it before, and I'm gonna say it over and over. I think if that guy would have stayed at Pine Bluff, bro, they would have won a SWAC championship in his time now. I'm gonna stand on that one.
I think so too, and I think he's a guy that wants to be in his position, and he wants to prove why he should be in his position. And it's not from an arrogant standpoint. I just think he's just one of them blue collar dudes, man, that is really passionate about what he do, and he take it serious. It's not just a job,
Yeah, like I said, I think that he's a guy, man, that expects a lot out of his guys. And he expects them to carry themselves a certain way, and he's gonna get that out of them. And I mean, you can win. Hey, I know I got a couple Pine Bluff people here, and I ain't trying to pick on y'all, but if you can win now, you can win anywhere. You know what I mean? I preface that with that because I don't want to be mean to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I
No,
still
listen,
I'm
we speak the truth on this show, man.
exactly.
It's true. It's tough to win there. You know, I think the only harder place to win is Valley.
Yeah. Hey, we have a saying that Southern is tough on the bluff, but I think we should loan that one to y'all. It's still tough on tough in the bluff.
Hey,
So
we say it's rough in the bluff. That's our saying. It's rough in the bluff.
so hey, I hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm still sour about that spring loss to y'all. So I'm never gonna let that go, bro. Hey, that game hurt me, man.
Hey, where they playing? Where y'all playing at this year? Pine Bluff and Southern.
In Baton Rouge.
I need to come down there to that one.
Yeah, November 16th. That's my
There ain't
last
gonna be
home.
many Pine Bluff people there, I don't think. But at least I'll try to wear a Pine Bluff shirt.
Especially since we ain't got no Pine Bluff person on our team no more. Y'all don't care about Baton Rouge no more. Hey, somebody come and hold it down for them, man. They're gonna need the support. Yeah, they did. Alcorn lost some big weapons on their offense. That's something that I really want to. I want to see what they. That's why I want to kind of keep tabs on their spring game on Saturday. Again, we can't make a lot out of it, but you kind of want to see some of those guys start to take that step. Losing guys like Hunt and Agent Zero, and a couple other those guys, man.
Hunt was 14.
Huh?
Hunt was number 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was a beast. That dude was fast, man.
Yes, indeed, bro. And they still didn't get everything out of him that they could, bro. But that dude was a monster, man. I seen that dude run past defensive backs like they was in quicksand, bro. Like he tore Southern up, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, everybody from Alcorn tore us up that Saturday.
He tore us up too. That's how they came back and won.
He was tough, man. I thought Allen had a great year at quarterback last year too, man. I don't think he got the recognition for turning himself around like he did because coming into the season, a lot of people didn't even think that guy would start at quarterback, and he finished the year as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. So I still don't think he got the recognition that he deserved last season. And y'all had more than a rough decade and a half, man. Y'all pop up every 2 or 3 years. Every 2 or 3 years, Pine Bluff win, man, and then they go back to where they was. So I think I guess the time frame starting to come back around, man.
See, a Big Zoe can take us back to I ain't gonna say greatness, but get us back somewhere.
Get y'all to the Money Coleman days. I think Zoe gonna get it done, man. I like Coach Hampton, man. I think he gonna stand on business for y'all.
Yeah, we can't go back to Coach Coleman. That was rough.
What about them? What about the Lee Harmon days?
Probably back. We probably want to go in between that. We probably want to go back to the Mo Forte days.
Yeah, that
That was the best times.
hey, it can be done, man. But like you say, it's not an easy task. But I think I think at least the approach. I think a guy like Coach Hampton is that guy for that right now. Because I think he is a guy that's highly energetic, and he gonna make it happen.
I love the fact that he was in them high schools all the time, doing himself. He wasn't sending nobody else. He was in them schools tough getting kids out of Arkansas. So I like that. That he gets out there putting boots on the ground.
I see you got a couple kids from out of Pine Bluff High, man. A school like that, you got to get them kids, man. That's a winning program.
Oh yeah.
Other than Southern, who would be the top team? Well, in the West, I don't know, man. I guess Prairie View, but I don't think they're gonna be that good though. But
what Jamie G think? That's his guy.
Bro, I think you muted, Jamie G. Bro, I think you muted. Hey, he can't. He muted. And we can't. Can you hear us? Let me see if I can let him.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. It sounds like he looked like he muted. I'm gonna see if I can hit him in the chat. But while I'm trying to get him straight, DJ, what's your thoughts on Prairie View this upcoming season?
It's really a mystery because we never really got a chance to. Well, I saw somebody play other than Connolly at quarterback, but whoever the backup wasn't hitting on nothing. So maybe they got somebody that was redshirting, or maybe they signed somebody else. So I don't know what they doing at quarterback. Caleb Johnson gone too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the other running back? What's his name? Antoine?
I want to say he was a senior too.
Yeah, so they might have lost quite a bit, to be honest with you. But Bubba, he don't really put out a bunch of information. You ain't gonna find out till you play him.
Yeah, I think I don't know what to make of him, man. I know like you said, I think they brought in a guy from JUCO at quarterback that's supposed to be pretty solid, but I don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback. So they backup. Apparently their backup transferred too, so that set you back a good bit. But let's see if we get Jamie G right. He gonna drop out and drop back, come back in. But like you said, I don't know what to make of Prairie View. Nah, a lot of people that follow Prairie View say they about to win the West. So you take that with a grain of salt, but they seem to think their team gonna be really good. I don't really see it right now. But I think by default they're gonna be the top team because everybody got a lot of questions. So apparently that's the team. But the last new coach we gonna talk about is FAMU, man. What you think the Rattlers gonna do?
Man, I want to say that they're gonna come back and be pretty decent, but that's still hard to tell too right now. I know he took one of our coaches, our safeties coach. He took him. So, but I don't know. I think FAMU gonna be in the mix. I don't think they're gonna be as good as they were. Not his first year.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I kind of feel like they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna. Can you hear us, man? We can't hear you. we done lost Jamie G. He can't. He gonna have to sign language us, y'all, because he ain't gonna be able to get right. But I don't know, man. We trying to get the audio right, but it ain't really working the way we want it right now. But like I said, I think they're gonna be right there. You can't count out a team like that. You can't count out a team that's winning, and we still can't hit. We done lost our guy, man. So let's see, cause now it look like I lost everybody. I don't know what happened. All right, let's see. I don't know what's going on. Man? I don't know what's going on, man. We can't hear you, man. But I'm gonna take that as a sign, man. I think that we probably gonna start to wrap this thing on up, man. So we come back better with audio, man. Hey, Jamie G, come back on camera, man. We got a game to play. Hey, they're gonna try to guess what you're saying, man. Won't you? But man, like I say, man, we're gonna try to get some reports from everybody on these spring games this weekend, man. So we're gonna wrap this one up now because, like I say, we can't keep going with my boy not being able to get in. So I thank y'all for tuning in, man, and we'll be back next week. We're gonna talk about these spring games that are taking place on Saturday, and then we're gonna get ready for these spring games coming up. Still got a lot of big stuff coming y'all way in the near future. So man, y'all keep it locked with us, and we'll catch y'all next week. We up out of here.